What's up, everybody? It's your boy Kid Smooth from HardKnockGamers.com, and I am back with another video. And yes, I'm doing a gameplay today, and this video is just a response to my homeboy eRock8150's. He has another video insisting Phil Spencer should go, and it seems as if he's blaming Phil Spencer for, you know, the closing of Lionhead Studios and the cancellation of Fable Legends. Now, you know, eRock's my boy, you know what I mean? And I understand his frustration, I understand his point, but I do also understand that this can't be blamed on just one person. It can't be blamed on Phil Spencer. I know he's the face that you see as far as Microsoft, not even Microsoft, but Xbox, as far as head of Xbox and whatnot, but he's not the blame for this. If you look at the history with Lionhead Studios, Microsoft took a risk in acquiring them, like back in the day. You know, they've been a so-so studio. Not saying that they're bad. They had like a roller coaster history. They've had plenty of games that they wanted to put out, and they have many of them canceled. A lot of their games, they canceled ports, they canceled new games, new IPs, they canceled sequels. They've been doing it for ever since their arrival. And the thing is that, you know, ever since Microsoft, you know, took them under, you know, they had like, you know, a go-to game to make, which was the Fable series. But ever since the Fable series, I mean, their last successful game in terms of sales and whatnot has been Fable 3, and that was 2010. You know, of course, they put out like 2 other games since then, but they were nowhere near the success, or I wouldn't even claim them as successful at all. Now, if you're gonna blame anybody for the closings of Lionhead Studios or the cancellation of Fable Legends, it's got to be the guys who are known for canceling games them damn self, and that's Lionhead. Lionhead has had 13 games come out, you know what I mean, since their arrival. Now, some of these are sequels, some of these are re-releases. In comparison, they had 9 games canceled. So you have 13 releases and 9 canceled. So that's just under 50%. So every idea that Lionhead comes up for a game, that game has probably a 45% chance of being canceled. And just going by based off their history. Now, you know, they were supposed to drop this game Unity for GameCube, which never saw the light of day. BC for Xbox. They were supposed to port Black and White to Titan to Xbox and PS2. That never happened. They were supposed to port Black and White to PlayStation and Dreamcast. That never happened. InkQuest never came. Black and White 3 for the PC, of course, was canceled. The movies to the consoles never made it. Milo and Kate, the famous Kinect demo at E3, that was supposed to be a game that got canceled. Fable 2 to PC got canceled, and now Fable Legends has joined the list of Lionhead's canceled games. Now, the thing is, there's many reasons of why what could have happened. My guess is Lionhead Studios haven't turned a profit in years. They haven't had a successful release in 6-7 years. They haven't. And they've been working on Fable Legends for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5 years they've been working on Fable Legends. So in the time that you're working on a game, you're not really releasing anything. So that's 5 years you're not making anything. Now, Fable Legends was supposed to come out every year. It's been at every E3 for the last 3 years, and we still never got a release. So we don't know how much money went into Fable Legends, but all the money that went into Fable Legends in a matter of 4 years never made it back to Lionhead, never made it back to Microsoft, because the game never came out. It was always in beta, and if you're a game that's running in beta for 3 years, you're not making any money. So that could have been a reason. It was probably they couldn't fund it anymore because they were spending too much money on a product that wasn't probably ready to release, or maybe and I can say that was probably the removal of Lionhead Studios. Now, the cancellation of the game, the vision probably had got lost. It was supposed to be this free to play with rotational characters and whatnot, and maybe deep into the development cycle, they realized that model would not work for that game, and it was probably too late to turn it into a $60 game. And they just scrapped the idea altogether. It's lost money. These aren't. I'm not saying this is fact of why they canceled, but these are valid reasons of why they canceled Fable Legends and why they closed the door on Lionhead Studios. Now, they also closed Press Play. You know, Press Play, an independent studio that Microsoft acquired. They are responsible for Max Curse of the Brotherhood. Pretty much their only successful game they've ever released. But I'm not saying that that's the only good game they released, but it's their only, I want to say, successful game they released. Kalimba was mediocre, and Knoxville, the game they were working on, I know Fame Entertainment had a lot of hype for that game that unfortunately is being canceled due with the removal of Press Play. So I look at these closings, these studio closings, this Microsoft cutting down the unproductive fat that has been costing them money. They also closed down like maybe 5 other studios, but studios you won't recognize because they haven't made games since Connect Joyride and stuff like that. They were working on a whole lot of Connect games, and so obviously there's no Connect games today, so there's no need for no Connect developers. So they scrapped a lot of those studios. But this video is just really like, man, to E-Rock. I mean, like I said, E-Rock's my homeboy, but the video, the explanation to get Phil Spencer out of here, man, this could have happened under anyone. Don Matrix, Peter Moore. Phil Spencer didn't wake up and say, you know what, I'm going to piss the Xbox fans off and I'm going to close down Lionhead Studios. No. Chances are his boss came to him and said, we're losing a lot of money and we have about 7 to 10 non-active studios that haven't made us money in years. We need to trim the fat, and that's what he did. He looked at where all the money, where they were spending money on, and looked at who was less productive and cut the less productive people out of the thing. It's that simple. And you know, it's sad, you know, because Fable Legends, I was looking forward to that. I was also looking forward to Gigantic. You know, hopefully somebody picks it up. Who knows? But I wouldn't blame this on Phil Spencer or any one person. You just gotta look at the history of both these studios, and then it will start to make sense. It makes sense for a business standpoint. I'm not saying that it's good. You know, nobody wants to see a game get canceled, especially if you're looking forward to it. Nobody wants to see a studio close down because that means some people are losing jobs. Nobody wants to see that. But to look at one person and say, you know what, you're responsible for this, and say you should be kicked off the team or you should be fired, that is completely wrong. You know, so I'm definitely looking forward to see what happens next, to get more news about this, more information, so we get a little bit of a closure and see what they bring at E3 2016, because now I know for a fact Fable Legends won't be there since it's made an appearance at E3 over the last 3 years. So but that's all I got for you guys. Let me know if you agree with me or if you agree with E-Rock8150. I'll leave E-Rock's video and his video in the description and the link below. Let me know how you feel. As I always say, Xbox is the best box, and I am the best bot. Good night.